Welcome to the Geek Easy, fellow geeks. Let's open a beverage of your choice, because today I am going to be reviewing Absolute Batman #1, published by DC, written by Scott Snyder, and I guess Nick Dragotta is going to be the artist. Yep. Nick Dragotta is artist. Colorist is Frank Martin. Letterer is Clayton Cowles. Now, as you've probably noticed if you're watching this, there has been a huge push for this all-in universe, with basically the Trinity being the main people in it. You have the Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, and you have the absolute versions of them coming out. And Absolute Batman is the first. I wasn't sure whether I wanted to pick this up because, yeah, I've heard, I've seen the pictures. I mean, look how awful that the bat symbol looks. There's all the stuff being said about it and all that. But it's Scott Snyder. Most of the stuff I've read by Scott Snyder is pretty good, and he did a really, really good job with the New 52 Batman. So when it came out to it today, I said, all right, let me pick this up and give it a shot. So what is similar with this book? You have Batman, obviously. You have Bruce Wayne. You have Alfred Pennyworth. You have the parents, Batman's parents. You have Crime Alley. You have Jim Gordon. You have Barbara Gordon. You have Wayland. I can't remember his last name, the guy that's going to become Killer Croc. They mention Oz, and, who's going to be the Penguin. Right? Now, that's the similar parts. Everything else in this is different. Batman, Bruce Wayne, is not rich. His parents are alive. Alfred Pennyworth is not a butler. Gotham is a lot more violent in this. Gordon is the governor. He is an ex-cop, but he's the governor of Gotham, or mayor of Gotham. And this is basically starting out from the beginning. This is Batman's origin story. It shows him, Bruce, as a child in a little, in the zoo, looking at bats. And then we have, it flashes between somebody coming in town, it's being narrated, and coming into town after being gone away for a long time, talking about how much it's changed, and news reports talking about how bad the crime has become. But it is Alfred. And it seems like he's some sort of an agent, somehow like a secret agent type. And then you finally get a hold, you finally get to see Bruce, who is just massive, which is why you get to see him like that. And so it sets up what's going on in the city, and you get to see his you're setting the scene as to what's going on, how things are a little different than the main continuity, and how he, through various, just like little flashbacks and stuff, how he has prepared to become this Batman, and then the first outing that you see him do it, and man, he is brutal. He doesn't kill, but he still doesn't take it easy on some people. He is very much a fuck around and find out type of guy. You do something, he is going to make you wish you hadn't. And his first real kind of appearance in this is there is a kind of a town hall meeting with Commissioner Gordon, and there is not Commissioner Gordon, but Mayor Gordon and Commissioner Bullock, as to what they are planning on doing about this gang that is just ravaging the city and just committing these horrible murders, men, women, children, and what they're going to do. And then the gang attacks. Oh, by the way, that's Barbara right there. And they attack the meeting, and then Batman goes and fights them and just meets them with as much ferocity as they use, but the only difference being he doesn't kill. So it's gonna be interesting, and you're seeing that what he's going to be doing is he's got to operate with no money because his parents were not rich. One's like his father was a teacher, his mother works in the government, so they don't really have any money. He had to find a way to do some other training. He still has a job. He hangs out with some of the people who are going to become his enemies, and he grew up in the Crime Alley neighborhood. So it's going to be a little bit different of a perspective. How he would do if he was just actually a regular guy. Because Batman, they say, in the main continuity, he's Batman who's a regular guy, but he's a regular guy who had billions of dollars and could afford to buy all this training and get all these gadgets and stuff like that. But here he is just a regular dude with no money and no gadgets that he'd get with billions of dollars and stuff. And then here's, that's him. That's not his hand right there. This is a lot more of a violent version, and they do say it's teen plus, I think, for the rating. It's not Black Label, but it is pretty violent all things compared to other Batman titles. And it's a lot better than I thought it was going to be, because it is Scott Snyder. So what it kind of reminds me of with this gang that is doing all these horrible acts and this really big Batman, now that I think about it, it is really reminiscent of The Dark Knight Returns with, Frank Miller's thing, with him being so big and just this gang that's taking over the city, and Batman just saying, you know what, I'm going to just meet them on their own level without killing. And trying to clean places up. And then you also get to see some of the other, people in there, like Dent and Killer Croc before it becomes Killer Croc. I'm gonna give this a chance because I think it's a lot better than I thought it would be, and it is going to be a fun ride. So my only problem is that sometimes it's a little dark in some areas, and the art could be a little bit more crisper, and but I think that's just an aesthetic choice that like I showed you that picture of the guy's hand getting cut off. Let's see a little bit more. Fight scenes was a couple of them. You're like, what am I looking at? So I'm gonna give this a 4.5 out of 5, and say it was definitely worth the $5 that I paid for it, and will definitely recommend it. And this book seems to be better than the actual main Batman title written by Zdarsky. So let's just say give it a shot, and I will be getting number 2. Alright, let me know in the comments below what you thought of it, if you read it. What covers did you get? Because I got 2. I got this one, and then I got the foil one with just the symbol. It's all black with the symbol. And like, subscribe, possibly share if you want to, and enjoy your comics.